Hi, this is Troy Hunt, and welcome to Ethical Hacking Session Hijacking. In this course, we're going to learn all about the risk that is session hijacking, and it remains a really serious risk today that can be exploited in many different ways. Throughout this course, you're going to learn all about session hijacking, both in applications and at the network level. That will involve looking at things like how web applications persist sessions and how users authenticate and remain persisted, and then what sort of attacks attackers can use. Because it turns out that there are a lot of different ways that attackers can hijack sessions. Of course, we're also going to look at how you can help defend your application against attackers, and as with session hijacking itself, there are a number of different ways we can do that. So let's jump in and take a look at the overview of this first module on understanding session hijacking. Here's what we're going to cover in this first module. I want to start out by looking at the basic principles of session hijacking. So I'm going to start out with a real high-level overview of how an attacker actually steals a victim's session. We'll touch also on the different types of attack that can happen, because as I just mentioned, there are multiple attack vectors when it comes to the risk of session hijacking. We'll get into detail on those in the coming modules as well. One really important thing about any risk is to understand what the actual impact of a successful attack is. So we'll touch on that in this module as well, because it's really important to know what is it that we're actually trying to prevent happening in our applications. So understanding the impact is pretty key. And finally, we'll also take a look at the relative significance of the risk. And what I mean by that is, where does it sit in terms of the breadth of other risks that we currently have in applications today? So is it something that's really serious, or perhaps it sits further down the order? We'll cover that in this introduction module as well, because it's really important to understand just how severe session hijacking can be. So with that said, let's jump into it and start taking a look at just what session hijacking really is.